So the very first thing we're going to identify is what's the current value of the business? What's it appraised for today? Softwares that can do that, different technologies, back of the napkin can determine that value. But then what we're looking for is what's called the value gap. So let's say hypothetically a business is worth $1 million, today's value. Well, what is supporting that appraisal? Well, what's supporting it is all the underlying asset quality of the business. So how can we adjust the asset quality of the business and move the appraisal up without generating any more revenue? That's what's called a value gap. How do I increase my value without having to work harder? Because we're already busy. We don't need anything else to do. What the strategy is identify the value gap, and then ultimately to your question, then you're going to devise, we're going to use a strategic plan solely focused on driving value. We're going to focus on getting value. And what happens is we get efficiency. So we were talking about a landscape company. I think we would recognize that the average water hose puts about 8 to 12 gallons a minute out of a water hose. What's interesting is imagine if we tried to hook a water hose up to a fire hydrant. It won't work. It'll actually blow the hose to pieces because it cannot handle the velocity or the pressure of the fire hydrant. So the same is true of business. What we want to do is we want to increase the velocity. We want to allow the client experience to speed through that business faster and take all the bottlenecks and the friction out. And once we do that, then we can focus on getting more revenue, more sales. And that's where the magic of value accelerates.